see each other running in a straight line. Fucking hell. Leading to someone turning on the laser and oh, thank you, something interesting happened. The main plot and selling point of the movie finally begins no less than 20 minutes in after pointless scenes and no build-up. The gang are now stuck in a video game and must fight to get out.
So, throw a switch or something and get them out.
The game doesn't work that way. They'll have to play through all the levels to get out.
You're kidding me.
You're kidding me.
Oh my god, even the movie agrees with me.
So why the fuck was it so easy before to get the virus out of the game? Why was it so easy to get the
Scooby wax
into the game and then out again with even less effort? You're telling me that they can't get things out of their own fucking video game that they made with their own laser that clearly showed that it was actually working a second ago? The rules have all of a sudden just totally changed just because, well, they need to play the whole game or there's no movie, right? Anyway, contrived and unexplained reason to have them play the game aside, let's go to level 1, the moon.
Check this out. I'm like a superhero.
Oh my god. He's gonna say it. He's gonna say it, isn't he? He's gonna say it.
Look, it's Super Shaggy.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. You're Super Shag.
Super Shaggy.
But you're magnificent in bed. Why didn't you stay true to yourself, you Super Shag?
Oh dear, look, the Spindly Johnny followed them into the game as well. And what does he do? Of course.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
just laugh.
He's not alone.
Could you sound any less interested, Fred? Seriously? I mean, look, the snacks are right there. It's pretty exciting in my opinion.
Stop that dog.
Or how about you use that same finger you used a second ago to shoot him in the face, you twat?
I'm sorry. Okay. I know that we're not even halfway into this yet, but so far, how can people still tell me that this is a Scooby classic? I'm sorry, I don't see it. Especially with such an awful villain. Jeez, I'd rather watch the live-action movies than this malodorous tripe.
Well, hey, we're on level 2. Maybe things will get a little bit more interesting. I mean, look, there's a baseball grid for some reason in a coliseum. Okay. And for some reason, they can't tell that's what it is. Seriously, I know nothing about baseball, and even I could see that.
I'm a huge baseball fan myself.
Yeah, okay, Fred, you know, screw you. And look, there's some skeleton warriors now. That's spooky. So now we have over 3 whole minutes of running away in an empty coliseum and nothing else. No packed-in audience taunting the gang and making it all a little bit more tense, and no crowds and cheering and roaring and booing. It's just so goddamn boring. There's even a line that's guarding the Scooby snacks, but then he just drops them, so the gang just could run over there and grab them, but nah, we need to see another unfunny costume fooling scene that leads absolutely nowhere and lasts about 10 seconds, and we also need to see the being very spooky. Well, I'm not sure that spooky is the right word, honestly. Got the snacks, on to level 3, prehistoric times. Oh no, the Spindly Johnny came back with a T-Rex.
Who activated that laser and sent those poor kids into the game?
Could be anyone.
Even someone in this very room.
Well, it can't be me because my chin looks like a pair of balls.
It looks like a volcano.
No shit, Sherlock. Anyway,
Yeah.
Scooby and Super Shag then find the volcano drawn in the
so
cave,
dumb.
to which then... Oh, you've got to be shitting me. It was right there. You didn't hear or see it.
It looks like it's really cooking.
Oh god, here he is again. Oh dude, you know, this looks like a perfect time to use your killer lightning bolt move to get to them. Oh no, don't worry then, just let them escape. Yeah, that's fine. I'm sure you know what you're doing. Got the snacks and on to level 4, and then another song begins. And you know what that means? It's a huge montage. So lots of events are skimmed over in what would have been way more interesting scene. I mean, in level 4, the animation is at its finest. Look at the colors and the shading and the slightly blurry, watery aesthetic. It's easily the best looking bit of the film, and it isn't even a minute long. But let's not worry about the looks. How about the songs? The Scooby-Doo theme cover from the first montage wasn't awful for the early 2000s, but this song is just fucking weird, man. I can't describe it any other way. It's like a weird techno-pop fusion song, I guess, but the lyrics are so literal they match everything you see on the screen.
Here it comes, the big shark, mummies in sheets.
The chorus is fucking stupid.
Boom, boom, diggy, diggy, day, all night.
It's repetitive, doesn't add to any kind of cheesiness or scariness factor on either spectrum, so overall it's not great. But to be totally fair, despite how much they skim over the next 6 levels of the video game that would have been much more awesome to go into more detail with instead of spending 20 out of 70 minutes bumbling around in the state university and then focusing on the least interesting levels to start off with, this short montage segment has the most variety, most varied locations, most diverse visuals, most action. And hey, I can tell you that if this under 30-second Egypt part went into more depth, I would have found that fucking terrifying as a kid. Scary mummies and not knowing what's a statue or not in hundreds of dark, dimly lit, twisting pyramid corridors. This is the kind of thing I'd expect to see in a Scooby-Doo video game, not running in circles in an empty coliseum or slowly jumping around on the moon. And yet again, the Phantom Virus fails to be any kind of threat, constantly wearing stupid outfits, pulling stupid faces, never using his powers, and riding on animals he keeps falling off from.
Scary Mary.
And whenever Scooby-Doo used music video segments in the cartoons or the movies or whatever, they at least montaged chase sequences within the same locations with the same monsters, meaning that it just made a particular scene a little bit more entertaining and action-packed compared to the rest of the story. It was a nice change of pace. But here, it's instead used as an excuse to skip potentially huge, interesting scenes all over the board. And bearing in mind there's another montage scene later that's all set in one of the video game levels, I don't understand why the main selling point of the entire movie was entirely skipped over. Think about it, 6 levels were skipped over. 6! That's over half of the entire video game. And it was all done in under 3 minutes. Was it laziness or just a lack of understanding? Oh look, and now they're at the last level. What a shame. But the level is so hard that...
No player has ever won it. Not even me.
You know, man, if you can't beat your own level that you programmed, you shouldn't be a game designer.
Hey, let's see if that woman knows anything.
Yeah, that's the Phantom. Yeah, it's the Phantom.
Yeah.
Come on, quit it with the music and the slow pace. It's clearly the Phantom. Surprise! Ah! Spindly Johnny! Run for your lives! And so, in a rather nice creative twist, the gang then run into their video game counterparts in the malt shop.
Excuse me, young lady.
What?
Allow me to introduce myself.
Oh! Oh, now they're friends.
Where the fuck was any of that?
Ah, lazy animation 101. Have something going on in the foreground and don't even bother to move the other main characters even slightly. I get it when animators do that on the rare occasion with background characters and establishing shots or whatever, but the main cast? What could they possibly be doing back here to require no movement at all?
We don't have time to play around.
Oh, what the hell were you just doing then? So obviously the game characters have no idea what the Phantom Virus is, so Super Shag brings it upon himself to explain what it is exactly.
The Phantom Virus is creepy and has this really scary laugh.
And then they escape via the old mystery machine down the best street in the world with 2 cafes called Cafe right opposite each other and a flower shop called Flower! There's also a market and a cafeteria with exactly the same graphic design. I want to live here.
There's stores, theaters, and parks, and lots of tasty food.
Well,
Wait a second, Scooby. Why are you reinforcing and validating his point? You're not the Cyber Scooby. You don't live here. That one is. Did the animators forget that for a second? Oh, and by the way, all the cyber characters, along with looking slightly different, also sound slightly different. And by that I mean there's a tiny metallic effect added to their voices, and it's subtle, but once you notice it, it's the most annoying thing ever, especially on robotic voice Shaggy's already robotic voice being even more robotic.
And boy, is he mad!
Either way, the gang asks them about the monsters in this level, to which they say that they haven't seen them because they're guarding the Scooby snacks in the arcade. And why won't they go after them?
we just go right back to the beginning of the game, and we like it here.
Okay, firstly, that's a shit ending. Don't buy this game. And secondly, I was under the impression that